Welcome to A Real Estate On Track on ITV Gold, which airs every Friday at 8 p.m. with a Sunday repeat at 8 p.m. And of course, today we have with us, that is Sanjeev Aneja ji and Alka Aneja from On Track Realty. And I know we are talking about different stuff, totally different stuff from real estate today. And we will be talking about On Tracks, one of the legend who is no more with us. So definitely I would want you guys to talk about him and, talk about his memories which you cherish.
So Suresh ji was our most senior member of the team. Yesterday he lost his battle to cancer after 6 months of struggle. There was a lot of time we talk about people after death and compliment them. We used to compliment him every single day. At 80, he used to do things and run things with discipline like none of us can do.
Absolutely.
And so husband-wife team, Shashi ji and Suresh ji, they've been with us forever. They were our clients. They started God knows how long ago. Work ethic, amazing. Taking care of clients, amazing. Being passionate about everything, amazing. Sometimes you're speechless about people. So yesterday morning, luckily a day before yesterday evening, our whole office went to see him and say hello, and he looked fine. He was on oxygen, but he looked fine. So he was suffering from cancer, like we said, and then all of a sudden, we hear that he's no more. So the funeral, all the last rite arrangements, everything is there. The person is there with you one day and then he is no more. But that's life, Pia. That's exactly how it goes. To Suresh ji, I know you are not with us physically, but you are with us in forever actually. He's embedded in our minds forever.
Yes.
And so today we've decided to dedicate the show to Suresh ji and to his family. Loss can never be gotten back, right? It's a loss. But again, then the other thing is, I always say, that is the only guaranteed truth in life, death. Nothing else is guaranteed. Death is guaranteed to every one of us. We're all in a line. When will that number come? Nobody knows. Age has nothing to do. He was going to be 81 in February.
Yes.
But if you saw him, I used to introduce people and say, can you tell how old he is?
Yeah, you could not. He put up his own open house signs. He was never late for our meetings. He never missed a meeting in his 25 real estate career. Like, he was there. We used to say you were a role model, uncle, but not just a role model at work. He was a role model as a person. Super disciplined, super economical. He just didn't believe in wastage. His integrity was next to no one.
Right.
It wasn't like you shut off water. You should not waste water. You should not waste. He was, he was a student. They both got along really well because they wasted nothing.
And
that was their thing. But he was just an amazing person.
Talk about his profession. He was a professor in Delhi.
Yes.
He was a chemistry professor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He was a professor, but he was such a student. I don't remember him not following anything we taught him.
Yes.
In real estate. Now, he could teach today if he wanted to, as much as he wanted, but he was in every meeting, like Alka said.
Meeting. And he was ready to learn. And then once he learned, he was ready to implement.
Right.
So he wasn't
followed
just a
all
learner.
of it. There was no. It wasn't like I know this already.
Yes.
Right.
Tell me and let me do this more.
Yes.
That's what makes a great student. So he was not only a great teacher, he was a great student.
And
what an example.
He wasn't like, okay, I'm young, I'm older than you, so I'm not going to take a correction. If he was wrong, he would say, okay, tell me. How do I correct it and let me make myself better? Because that self-improvement was so important. And of course, he's left by Shashi Aunty, who is also another
right. So
wonderful.
his wife. It's so rare
that they're
his
similar.
Wife Shashi ji, who's there, Shashi ji, we love you.
We love you.
Again, excellent student. Maybe even little better if that's possible. You tell her and it's done. And she will take notes and she will do whatever, and you train her and she'll get more trained. And
So they're like
so,
those
so
students
this
in
is
class
this show is dedicated
to them.
to life. We will miss you, Sureshji, and to the family. We are here for you. It's a family. On-track Realty is a family, but then sometimes the bond with certain
Absolutely.
people.
You know, I was reading on Facebook, I think Neetu had put something about him, and it was like sad, of course, as well as, you know, I had a smile on my face that she
Yes.
has good memories of him. You know, she talked about him falling asleep and stuff like that, which was like
Yeah.
really something, you know, you would smile at, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you would be sad that the
Yes.
person is no more.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
passionate about politics. He loved BJP.
yeah,
He loved,
yeah.
and he was till the last day. They were so passionate about.
Right.
He loved Modi ji.
In fact, when there were elections in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh and all, when I saw it in the morning that BJP won, my first call and my only call on politics was to Sureshji, because I knew he's not well, but I knew he will receive that so beautifully. I said, Sureshji, congratulations. And his voice was so full of energy once he heard. He says, yeah, I watched. And yes, so that's what passionate is. No matter what we do in life, do it right or don't do it.
Absolutely.
Do it well or don't do it. Do it with honesty or don't do it. So these people, people like Sureshji, make the world run. They set examples for us. So yes, he's gone, but lessons learned from him are embedded in our minds forever.
You know, Sanjeev ji, I sometimes hear like people talk about meaningful life, fulfilling life. I mean, you have anything to say about that?
Oh, he survived by his wife, two kids, a boy and a girl, a daughter and son. I mean, the way he lived with his daughter-in-law and son and the grandkids, the way these kids took care of their parents, that's like a legacy, right? Because in this country where in old age parents are not being looked after, the way these kids had Excel spreadsheets for every single time, I mean, you walk in and that's really your legacy. The amount of people who came to say, you know, we love you, their kids flying in saying we want to do the last viewing because he's our grandparent, that's your legacy. Clients are calling Bhaiya yesterday saying, we're so sorry, we heard on Facebook, that's your legacy. So Uncle, thank you for choosing On-Track Realty as your extended family. We're truly honored. And we are honored to have known you.
Absolutely, no question about it. God bless you and may the soul rest in peace.
Thank you.
You know, I feel like even though I haven't met him, or maybe I might have seen him, but I really feel like you guys are more fortunate than I am the way you are talking about him.
We're super fortunate.
Yes.
He's a great guy.
मेरे प्रति समर्पण ही परमात्मा के प्रति समर्पण सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज मामेक शरणं व्रज सारे जगत का त्याग करके मेरी शरण में आ जाओ पार्थ.
So tell me, but what is the purpose of life? I sometimes get really confused about all this.
I guess we're all confused what the purpose is, but like Krishna said in the clip that we just played, he says, do your stuff, take action, but leave everything to me. So he says, if we can follow what Krishna says, it's so beautifully said, do everything, don't worry about results. Come to me. Our problem, the reason the stress is there today, the reason all the issues here are today, is because we are so stressed about results. Instead of taking action and forgetting all the results to it. It's, I want to repeat a story that I was telling you, I believe not too long ago. I was at Kumbh Mela in Haridwar. And this saintly man came towards me, probably 80 years old. And you know, when you're there, a lot of people come to you, they are begging money, you know there's fraud a lot, unfortunately. They're pretending that they need it, but they are collecting all of it. Oh, beta, my eyes are not, I cannot see, I need medicine, I don't have any money for it, all that. So, I don't want to give money. I said, I'm happy to get you medicine if you know the name of it. And he had actually prescription from the doctor. I said, you wait. I went other side of the Ganges River, brought some medicine and got some bread too from next door. I gave him medicine. He says, bless you. And he blessed like anything. I gave him bread and he says, he took from his bag 2 old rotis. And he says, for tonight, God has taken care of it. For tomorrow, if he took care of my today, he will take care of tomorrow too. This you give to somebody who needs it today.
Wow.
I couldn't give him that bread at all. Now, if I was, you were probably, Alka, definitely, we would have said, give it.
Give it, yeah.
We'll take it. It's fresh.
I said, where's the butter?
Yeah. Why eat the roti that was made yesterday or in the morning? Let's take the fresh one. But his thing was, one who took care of me today will take care of me tomorrow. Imagine if we start living that day. We are collecting. There was this other story. This guy was so rich. He went to the saintly man and said, I'm so rich, but I'm so worried. He says, worried about what? He says, 7 pushta of mine, 7 generations of mine, I have money to feed, take care of. What will happen to my 8th generation? That's my biggest worry. So then some of us are collecting so much when all of it is going to be left behind. Sureshji knows that. Now, he was very balanced. And
He was very balanced.
But when I say Sureshji, the reason I say that is, we all know what was left when he was gone. Everything was left. Only thing that goes with us that our Shastras say is God's name. And that's the only thing we're not collecting, unfortunately. Collect that name as much as you can. When Swami Ram Sukdas Ji used to be in Haridwar, a big saintly man, he says the time is here and time is now. When do you start? You start saying his name now. Like Krishna said again, back to the play, do everything, but remember, leave it for me at the end. There are better people like that saintly man we talked about. He didn't even do much. I mean, he did actually, he left everything for him actually. But he left everything with full faith that tomorrow new bread will be there for him. And there are millions of rich people I've met, but whose story I remember? His story. The person who wouldn't take the bread. There are millions of people who want free stuff.
Absolutely.
So if we can, instead of our hands like this, our mom parents have always taught us, grandparents have taught us, always be thankful to God that your hands are not like this, they're always like this. Always be in a giving position and instead of taking position. Giving position keeps you higher. Giving position also, but again, the giving, there is another thing that says in our Shastras too. When left hand gives, the right hand shouldn't know. Our problem is you go to Mandir, Gurdwara, everything, the fan has the person's name, by grandfather's name, the bricks. You know how these temples and Gurdwaras and all sell on churches? Put a brick or a marble thing and your name is on there. You go to a funeral home and people's names are written on there. That's not called giving. Giving is when nobody even knows that you give them.
Exactly.
That's true giving. So by being good, remembering that our time is limited. We don't know when the next breath is there. We honestly don't know when the next breath is there. In that limited time, why collect things that cannot go with us? Now, that does not mean we do not do our work. I'm running the office. Alka is doing this. You are doing this. That doesn't mean we don't do this. But how many people will watch the show and what will people think? Those are the results that you shouldn't worry about.
Exactly.
If they watch, perfect. If nobody watched, if somebody says, wow, stupid, this is not why we were watching, or how great this was, all of that is okay because results are not in our hands. Do your stuff. Don't worry about it. Kuch to log kahenge.
Absolutely.
There's also like what they say is sometimes you just hear some things and they don't make sense to you one moment. But when that right moment comes, sometimes, that stuff will make sense. So that's why they say even for kids, right? People will say, kids don't understand religion. Don't do anything with the religion, right? But you keep teaching them that. You never know when they'll be able to take that treasure out. Because as they're growing up, and I was telling mom and dad about this, my Dadaji was, when we were little, my Dadaji used to sing a song to us. So when our kids were little, we used to sing it to all of them. And now they're singing it to their kids, not even realizing that they're singing it, but that's what they heard. So what kids hear, if the parents are drinking in front of the kids and later on the kids are drinking.
Can you sing that song for a moment?
Sure. Ram Ram kehte jao re bhakto, kabhi kinara aayega. And from the school bus stop to the house, that's all my Dadaji sang to me.
And there was another one that I just remember. Ram Beli tu, Sham Beli tu, Nike Nike Bache Aanda.
Ram Beli tu.
So that means, God, you are a friend of everybody.
Yeah.
Whether they're kids or whether they're older people. So remember, life is short. Remember, cheating other people, lying to other people may not be the best thing, especially I was listening to something where brothers are suing brothers for money. They're fighting suing for 25 years.
Wow.
They are not talking to each other. They
I'm
don't
not
go
going
to
to sue you for any money.
They don't go to each other's weddings and all because the money was thing. They divide the whole family. Biggest to biggest people have done that. And how stupid is that?
But they say money is the root of all evil, and that is
right.
There,
money
right?
is not root of all evil. How we treat money is root of all. Yes. Money is never root of all. Money does very good things. Money is not bad at all. It's what importance we give to money. That's the problem. It's always being like, I want more. It's okay. How much more do we need? No.
It's also unfairness, right? It's unfairness with the money. If one person is unfair with the other person about the money, then there's going to be a problem. If both people think it's fair, then that's how life is, right? It's integrity. It's what you do behind everybody's back. Because at the end, karma goes with you, and you go empty-handed and you take your karma with you.
Right. And then we're about to play this video for you. So watch this and we'll talk about what it is.
Come here, my dear Krishna Kanhai. Come here, my dear Krishna Kanhai. मैंने तेरे लिए हृदय अंदर बिल्डिंग बनाई. So I have a rule for this bhajan. If you want to hear this bhajan, then you have to sing the chorus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. बोलिए.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
For you, my dear, khana banaya.
Well, this video that you just saw is about love. So this bhajan that this guy is singing, we only took a small clip from this. Oh dear, come near, Krishna Kanhai, which says, come to me. And then it talks this song. We will post the link someplace. But this song is so beautiful. In fact, if you put those words on YouTube, you'll hear the whole thing. So it says, God, come, you're my friend. If you treat this one person, whether we call him person or whatever we call him, actually, we should call him person. We should treat him as a friend. We should treat it. There is Swami Rambhadracharya ji. He is a blind saint in Chitrakoot. So he used to treat Ramji, Sitaji, Ramji and Lakshmanji as his students. So he said, I'm the teacher. So which bhav we talk to him, it doesn't matter. Friendship, I believe, is a beautiful thing. There are people who call him as parent, there are people who call him as child, there are people who call him as student, whatever you call him. Once we set that relationship of love with them, the life changes completely. So there are people who we know in our history. If they make food for God, He comes and eats it. Now we say that's impossible. It's impossible because we don't know how to do it. We stand there and we say, hey, take it, and then quickly we eat it. That's how we do it. better than not doing it at all. Cook the food with his name in front of you. It will become prasad.
So when
See,
we were
in
little,
Gurudwara,
when we were little, I want to say the story. When we were little, and again, the kids remember this too, is my mom used to take rice, and you could try it. This is a really great experiment. I'd love to hear if many of you try it. You take rice, and then in one bowl you say Ram, and you put rice and the other thing. So whatever grains of rice, you say Ram Ram to, you cook that rice. They say that, I mean, that rice used to taste amazing. We would put as
Even I have heard it, when you cook food with a lot of love and God's name,
Yes,
it
there's
comes
actually a
out very-
science behind it. Is they say plants grow better with love, plants grow better with name, your food's vibration. They say that's why you shouldn't go out to eat. The saintly people say you don't know what vibration that food is being cooked in, right? At home, when mom cooks, the
Yes.
reason why mom's food is
Good.
better cooking
Yes.
is because it's made with love, it's made with purity, it's made with those things. And so if you put God's name in it, it'll taste better.
absolutely. Anything that brings God in it, only thing that messes up God is religion. So religion messes up. One temple starts, then they divide, and then they divide, and they divide. I mean, I'm not going to say names, but it hurts.
happens everywhere.
These people have one guru becomes guru, and all of a sudden his disciples are one way, and all of a sudden his disciples are the other way. It starts with Ram and Krishna, and all of a sudden they don't even want to talk about Ram and
Maybe it's
Krishna
because
anymore.
it's world.
No,
and
because it's
money comes into
right.
play.
Ego and money have
Yes,
come into
so
there,
that's okay, that's
and the
normal.
division starts. So
This is not
really,
utopia. So
Yeah.
sadly,
one
these
thing,
things happen.
one thing, and only thing that matters is God. And if you can take care of that, everything happens. Again, bottom line, life is short. We don't know when it will end. We don't have guaranteed next breath, whatever the age be. Nothing guarantees 2 years of life, and nothing guarantees 100 years of life. So do it right. Next time when it comes to us, if we are not losing end, so be it. Slide. It's very easy to say. A lot of time we'll hear people and think, my God, this person is so good. No, saying is so easy, doing is so difficult. So what we are saying is, we've heard it from other places. Do we practice? And the answer is, we try. But
Right.
do we practice all the time? And the answer is probably absolutely not. So we coming back to Sureshji again before we end the show. Sureshji, God bless you, and wherever you are in good hands. To Shashiji, we are always here for you. The show is dedicated to Shashiji and Sureshji. Shashiji is his legacy, obviously, is there, and the whole On Track team will miss you completely. God bless
Absolutely,
you.
including Pia and
Including
ITV
Pia.
Gold,
And
yes.
Pia, that's so sweet. You said you've never even met him, but based on what you've read, what we've written, all of us are writing about him, you feel you know him and how good a person he was. And he was.
We love you, Shrishi.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.